Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot, your ultimate destination for pop culture, celebrity, royal, and political readings. Today, we're going to take a look. I just saw an article that John Fetterman from Pennsylvania, of political placement, has downshifted his opinion from progressive to liberal. He's still a Democrat. He didn't do a Tulsi Gabbard. I had a hard time saying that. And switch parties or abandon his party, but he is switching from being very progressive about the immigration situation to being just straight liberal. So see what we can expect. I know he's had a lot of health issues. People are saying it's not him. He looks different. There's all kinds of crazy stuff going on. Still wearing the hoodie. I don't know if he's still wearing shorts, but he's still wearing a hoodie. So let's see what's going on with him. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm Annabelle, tarot practitioner for over 35 years. And in this video, we're going to take a look at John Fetterman. So for those of you that are out of the States, it may not be, super important for you to hear this, but John Fetterman is one of our elected officials. He ran against Dr. Emmett Oz. Dr. Oz. He ran against Dr. Oz and swept him in the last election. Super giant weird guy. I had to say weird guy. He insisted on wearing shorts and a hoodie when he presented himself as a politician, so it was very strange. But he was super progressive, and he has now announced that due to the immigration situation at the border, he is switching his views from very progressive to more liberal, more tempered. Let's see what we get with this. So, interrupted by my teenager, but let's pull up the card view and see what's going on with John Fetterman. I have my own opinions about John Fetterman. I'm not a super fan or anything like that. You have to be kind of nice because he did have some health issues. He was unable to do certain things because of neurological situation that he had. So what is the reason for this change of heart? What is the reason for the change of heart? We know he cited the immigration issue. He wants to see some things done differently. What's the real reason? Oh, he's trying to get people to like him. Oh, yeah. He sees, in his opinion, he thinks the tide is turning for the party. He thinks the Dem party, the tide is now turning. We're headed toward a different administration, a different flavor in the country. And those of you that are outside of the United States, that does happen with the different, political parties that are in power. And we have three branches of government. They all can be dominated by either the Democrat or the Republican Party. So, things will change. The vibe of the country will change. So I think he senses the vibe of the country is about to change. He wants to be more palatable and more liberal. I hate to say more liberal, but more liberal than he was progressive. The progressives are really taking a beating. People are not liking what's coming out of this progressive kind of mindset. But he thinks that he can kind of turn the tide into his direction. He doesn't want to be a Republican or be seen as conservative at all, but he does see that there's some benefit to this, that his party is not going to be partying for much longer. So he's willing to take this calculated risk. And he always feels that he can kind of go back on it. This is a decision that he has to make. It's either you're with us or you're not with us. And he is making the decision to not be with the Progressive Party, or the progressive component of the Liberal Party. So here under the surface, this level of disgust with the lack of popular support for the more radical moves that they're making, he's very surprised by that. So again, this is considering his disposition. Sorry, I do have tea on the table, but I did yawn. What is this disappointment? Is it with the public or the party? There's disappointment with the party that they didn't get the job done. There's disappointment with the public. So this is the party disappointed with the public. They're not getting the job done. They're not ramming everything through as quickly as they would like. And he thinks that the progressive format is basically a dead duck. He thinks that there's going to be more impact if he goes in with a more liberal minded kind of attitude. Is he trying to be more like Camelot Kennedy? No, he basically thinks his political career is over. This is almost a Hail Mary that he's doing. It's almost a Hail Mary to kind of rebrand himself as someone who is a bit more in tune with the people. So interesting approach. Down here, as far as how he sees the people, he doesn't understand why people are not getting on board with the messaging. People don't seem to be interested in proceeding with that messaging, with that really progressive message. But he's confident that within time they will come around. So he's waiting for a more organic response from the public. Interesting. Probably, I'm going to say this, guys. I know I've said before, like, I don't think he's got all his cups in the cupboard, but this seems like a pretty calculated response. Maybe that whole everyman hoodie and shorts when he was going to Washington, D.C. was a calculated response to be seen as more in tune with the everyman. Really, really interesting. So will it work? Are people going to like him better? Are more people going to like him better? So the attitude is going to be like a leopard cannot change his spots. It really, I don't think it's going to have the effect that he expected it to have. I really think that the intent, the intent was to kind of soften his approach as a senator. I don't know. I don't even know if I said that. If I said he's a senator, he's a senator. So not really. And I don't know if this is a PR, if his people actually recommended that he did do this. I think he's doing this really on his own. And it's to protect his career, but I think it's too far gone at this point. He needs to really double down and just kind of live with what he has and do the best he can while he's in place. Like, that's really what he needs to do at this point. Under the surface, I think he kind of knows that too. Like a leopard can't change his spots. I don't think he, and I don't, I'm going to be honest. I don't think that he was really sold on all that progressivism. I think he was more sold on the idea of being an obvious candidate, someone who dressed differently, who thought differently, who was thinking in more radical terms and dressing in more radical terms. So I would have had a lot more respect for him if he skateboarded he had the hoodie on. Though he does have a really cool house. You can look this up. His house is a converted car dealership. So it's actually kind of a really nifty concept. So is it going to throw him out of the political arena? I don't think so. I think, the people that like him are going to like him, and they're just going to continue with it. So interesting enough for John Fetterman. So I know this is not universally interesting subject matter, so I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed this. The people of you those of you that are interested in Pennsylvania and United States politics, I hope you enjoyed this. So I will see you all soon. Please like, share, and subscribe. I don't do readings like this very often, but felt like I needed to do it.